relying on the fact that people are going to get the copy-paste mechanics right is a really bad strategy. On top of that, the way that it's based, as I can see right here, is there's an ordering to the actions that it's following some predetermined list. That's why it's adding these each time. What happens if you have an action that shows up here? Now think about that for a second. Each of these adds one more variable in this predetermined list in that specific order. And so, like when you add drop file system cache has to be included, right, in these other ones. In fact, yeah, they just did it. They literally just did it where they reordered it in the wrong way. This is what I'm talking about, is right. So what you're supposed to be doing in this structure, like we literally just stumbled on an example of like quick way to break this. You're supposed to be adding this item to the end. And so this item to the end, and then this item to the end. Where is it? No, they decided, no, I'm going to add it here. You're breaking the model, because now the next person is like, wait, I thought you added it to the end. And they're looking at this one saying, well, it's not the end. And so, but these guys recover and then add it here. But notice that nobody's fixing the sync file cache. And it's supposed to be before the drop file cache. So if you reorder stuff, like for example, right here, you insert one right here. What you might do is you might remove the last one, which is drop file system cache, but you keep this one, and you add an if else between these two, and now you've done the wrong thing. Because you were supposed to remove sync file cache, but you didn't. You just followed a mechanical process of deleting the last one. This person got that wrong, and now you've added the wrong number. It could happen. Easy way to break this. And the person making the code changes, like as the code reviewer is looking at, they'll be like, oh, cool, yeah, you deleted the last one. Yep, you did the right thing. You inserted it, you're good. And then they're going to say, oh, and by the way, you need to maintain all these other ones. So the new thing you added, we'll call it unsync file cache. You have to add unsync file cache to each one of these. Every single one has to have this now. Sorry, you just have to add it to the list because that's the way the system works.